How to fill out a purchase contract to send to the seller to get a wholesale deal under contract. In this video for my free Wholesaling University, I'm going to show you exactly how to fill out a purchase contract to get a property under contract. With that being said, let's jump right into it. So once you go ahead and download my contracts, you can download them at jacobblake.com/free. There will be a link down below for this as well, but jacobblake.com/free is where you can get the contract. And then to fill it out, all you're going to do is go ahead and place in the empty fields. So this agreement is made today. You're going to want to put today's date, by and between the seller's name right here, hereafter called sellers, and your company name and or assigns. So you can put your name personally or your company name if you have an LLC. You don't need to have an LLC to wholesale real estate. You can do wholesale deals under your personal name. But after you do your first deal, I do recommend that you do get an LLC. It's also costs like $100 to set up an LLC, depending on your state, so it's not that complicated. So it says your name as the buyer and or assigns. Why does it say and or assigns? This gives you your ability to assign this contract to an end buyer and make an assignment fee. So that's how you're able to just flip the paperwork and do wholesaling real estate and make assignment fees for finding deals. Hereafter called buyer. Buyer and seller shall hereafter be jointly referred to as the parties. Description of the premises. So this is where you're going to put the address. Then description as follows, as is condition. And this right here is just saying that permanent things need to stay with the property. You're buying it in as is condition, but like permanent fixtures like trees, they need to stay with the property. Next is the purchase price. So you're going to go ahead and type in the purchase price in two places. One right here, and then another one right here, okay? So input the purchase price twice. Earnest money. Earnest money, usually you don't even necessarily need to deposit it right away. You can close the deal sometimes without even depositing it. We try to always put less than $500 earnest money, but you don't have to deposit it. Your end buyer's earnest money can cover it once you plug in that end buyer on the deal. So don't be too worried about earnest money. It's not something that you actually have to pay for necessarily. So you could even put $10 if you wanted to. It just depends on what seller you're dealing with. If you feel like it's a seller that's going to be more particular, I would put a higher amount rather than a lower amount. Now the terms. Number one is about the closing costs. So with wholesaling, you want to tell the seller that we're going to be covering all closing costs. So number one, closing costs, attorney fees, title fees, and all miscellaneous costs are to be paid by the buyer. So we're going to be covering all those closing costs. Number two, any taxes, liens, or mortgage owed on the property would come out of the purchase price. So the seller has to understand that, hey, we're buying it for $100,000, but if you owe anything on the property, that's going to be paid off at closing out of the purchase price. The next few terms are talking about the title search. So what's going to happen is you are going to order a title search promptly with the title company. And what a title search is, it is a search with the county just to make sure that the property is free and clear and that there's no liens or judgments against the property, so that way it can be sold and conveyed to a new buyer. So this is talking about the closing shall be set 30 days out, but can be extended if the title search takes longer. Again, the property is going to be sold as is. The next, number 5, is seller to provide buyer with permission to access the property. So this gives you the ability to walk through the property, so that way you can, if buyers want to walk the property, you can show them the deal. Next, 6 is more about the title work. This offer is contingent on the seller providing clear title to buyer. So it's saying this is contingent on the title being clear. Next, this offer is subject to financial partner's approval. So this is the term in the agreement that gives you the ability to cancel the contract. This is why wholesaling real estate has minimal to no risk. If you lock up the deal and you're not able to find a buyer, you can simply cancel the contract by saying, due to term 7, we need to cancel the contract because we were unable to obtain financial partner's approval. So if you ever need to cancel a contract, number 7 is the term in this contract of mine that allows you to do that. Again, nothing in this video is legal advice. Do your own due diligence. Next is more about the title search. So the title and report will be ordered promptly and shall be obtained within 14 business days, etc. It's just about the title work. And then number 9, any changes must be made in writing and mutually agreed upon. So that's stating if there's any changes made to this agreement, that needs to be done via an addendum. An addendum is just another document you'll write up that says addendum, and then let's say you were changing the purchase price to be raised to $105,000, all other terms remain the same, and then have the seller sign that and you sign that as well. That's what an addendum is. It's like the amendments to the Constitution, right? If anything is going to be changed, it has to mutually be agreed upon. Next is an important term. Seller agrees to let the buyer market the property on the following: the MLS, the internet, and all other means necessary. This is the marketing term. This gives you the ability to market the deal to cash buyers. So that's why that's in there. And then 11, defects. Seller warrants that the property is free from hazardous substances. This is basically just stating that there's no dangerous chemicals in the property, right? And that there's nothing in it, like they weren't cooking meth in the house or something like that. Now, insurance. Seller will assign insurance policies if necessary to buyer. So if somehow the property got damaged prior to transfer, like there was a fire or something, they could assign the insurance policy to the buyer, and the buyer could still close and buy on the property. Similar here, this term, risk of loss. If property is damaged prior to transfer other than normal wear and tear, buyer has the option of buying the property still or canceling. So if anything happens from the day you sign the contract to when it closes, you have the option to continue buying it or not based on the damage. And then no judgments. Seller warrants that there is no judgments threatening the equity in the subject property and that there is no pending bankruptcy. This is just saying, hey, the property's clear, there's no pending judgments. And then acceptance. This will become binding when signed by both the seller and the buyer, so it's becoming binding, a binding legal agreement. And then close of escrow. This is where you put the close date in for when the deal is going to close. If there's any additional terms that are unique to the agreement, you put them in right there. You put the title company that you're using in right there. And if you guys need a list of investor-friendly title companies, you can go to jacobblank.com/title and download an investor-friendly title company list to know what title companies to work with throughout the country. And then here's the signing spots. So from there, once you fill out the agreement, you're going to download it, and you're going to go ahead and then use any type of e-signature platform. My favorite e-signature platform is Right Signature, but you could use DocuSign, you could use PandaDocs. There's a bunch of different ones out there, and you're going to upload the filled out agreement to this e-signature platform, and you're going to send it to the seller's email to sign the contract electronically. And that's how you're going to lock up deals over the phone and over the computer. It's super important that you use e-signature to your advantage. If you're going out to properties to get properties under contract, you're going to be driving 30 minutes to their house, talking with them for an hour. If they don't sign the contract, you just wasted half your day. So it's best to just stay behind your desk, send your contracts electronically, and try to get the deal under contract through e-signature. That's how you're going to get more deals. That's how you're going to send more offers, because you can send them digitally, so you can send 10 offers out a day. So make sure you're using e-signature to your advantage. I hope this video was helpful to show you how to fill out a purchase agreement and how to send it to the seller. On to the next video in my free Wholesaling University. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click the link down below and enroll in the full free university, so that way you can access the rest of the free training videos. And if you'd like to upgrade to the complete Wholesaling University, it's only $297, and you're going to get access to over 40 more videos than what's inside the free Wholesaling University. This complete Wholesaling University goes over everything you need to know from start to finish on how to get your first deal and then to scale the business all the way up to doing $1 million every single year. Look what's inside. All of these educational videos on every single part of the business. So that being said, if you'd like to upgrade to the complete Wholesaling University, it's only $297. But if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link down below and at least enroll in the full free Wholesaling University, so that way you can access the rest of the free training videos. I look forward to seeing you inside the program, because you're going to also be able to network in the community with all the other students. I look forward to seeing you inside.